All right, friends, so we've been talking about something called illustrations, right? And what is another word for an illustration? An illustration is a drawing. See on my board how this girl, who's supposed to be Miss Moran, drew a picture? Yeah, and we like to look at drawings and illustrations because they help us understand what's happening in our book, right? They help us understand and they support the words that we read in a book. So, we're going to talk a little bit more about illustrations today, but they might look a little bit different from what you're used to seeing, okay? So, here's what we're going to do. What I want to do is I'm going to show you a picture, okay? And I want you to listen to what Miss Duran is doing. I want you to watch me and see what I'm doing, okay? I'm going to show you a couple pictures. So eyes up here. All right. Wow. Those look really long and kind of pointy. And there's some blue water. It looks like we're in a hole somewhere that's usually dark. It looks like the walls are made of something hard. Wow, beautiful. That looks so peaceful. All of these look big and hard and gray. They've got water running down them. And it looks like they've got some fuzzy stuff on them too. I've seen this before. I've seen this when I'm on my way to work. I think I drive on one of these things. And you know what? These look a little bit like the other objects we were looking at, but they look really tiny. And it looks like there's a lot of them. So, my friends, what was I talking about just then? Eli, what was I talking about?
Well,
I was talking about rocks. I looked at my illustrations. I described my illustrations. I was able to tell you guys what was going on, and y'all were able to tell me we're talking about rocks. So, I want to double check my answer to make sure I'm right, but I need a friend to help me out. Let's see, he's sitting so nice. Montana, come on up. Our answer will be underneath this box here. Let's see if I'm right. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Okay, I want you to hold it and pull it away, okay? Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. What does that say? Rocks! We were talking about rocks. Okay, buddy, go sit down. Thank you. Okay, friends, so today we're going to be able to say, I can tell how illustrations support a nonfiction text. Wait a minute, Miss Duran. What's a nonfiction text? We've only talked about it a little bit, but I have a nice chart up here that's going to remind you of what that means. So, first, let's look at the word nonfiction. When I'm talking about a nonfiction book, I'm talking about writing that is about facts or real life. So, I put up a picture of what a nonfiction book can look like. What is this animal right here?
penguin.
A penguin, yeah. So, is a penguin real?
Yes.
Yeah. Is this book have real pictures on it? Of real things? Yeah. So, this would be considered a nonfiction book. And we've looked at nonfiction books before on rocks, on American symbols, on transportation, so how we drive, what we drive. Now, I did say this was a picture, but did you know that pictures can also be illustrations? We also call pictures illustrations. So, an illustration is a picture or drawing in a book. And what do I have a picture of here? Little penguins. They're up in the cold Arctic. It's a photograph. It's a picture. Pictures can be illustrations too. Okay. So, now we're going to do a little practice. I'm going to show you first, then we're going to do it together, and then you guys are going to get in your bubble partners and do it on your own, okay? So, Put your listening ears on. Good. Okay, so whenever we're looking at a nonfiction text, we want to do 3 things, okay? And we did this last week with our fiction books. So, we look carefully at the illustration. Remember, look. Y'all did this for me last week. Show me, look. We think about what is happening in the illustration. Yeah, point to those big, beautiful brains. And then we tell, watch this. Tell, everybody go tell, ready? Tell the story. So, I'm looking at my illustration here. I am also going to fill out a bubble chart over here. I know, isn't it fancy? See, I have the same picture on my illustration as I do on my bubble chart. So, let's see. I think I see some small rocks. I see some kind of in the middle. I would call them medium. And I see some big rocks. So, in my bubble chart, I could write small, big, and what was the other word I said?
Medium.
Medium, yes. Let's see. Small, big, and medium. Now, what is that talking about? I think it's talking about the size. So, I'm going to write size right here. That's what I think this picture is talking about. So, I need another volunteer to come up and help me double check our work. Miss Maria, come on up.
I'm done.
So hold, and then drag it away. Let's see if we were right. It says size. We were right. It says rocks can be different sizes. Some are extra small, others are small, medium, or large. So, I used my illustration. Thank you, Maria. I used my illustration to tell you guys what my story was about. It was about the size of rocks. Okay, now, this one, I'm gonna ask for a little bit of help on this one, okay? Y'all are gonna help me, we're gonna do it together. Oh, put your hands down. You don't know what I'm asking yet, right? Exactly. So, okay, I'm gonna look at my picture. I'm looking carefully. Now I'm thinking about it. I see red rocks. I see gray rocks. I see brown rocks. So, I'm going to write down some of the words I just said. Red, brown. I see a pink rock. And I see black rock. Okay, my friends. Now, I need some help. Who can tell me what my illustration was talking about? What was I just describing here? Raise your hand for me. Caroline, what was I talking about? Pink, brown, red, and black. What are those?
Rock.
They are rocks, but what about a pink rock, a brown rock, a red, and a black? What am I talking about? The colors of the rocks. All right, we gotta check if it's right. Fernanda, can you come up and help me real quick? What do you think, guys?
Yes.
Yeah? Here, touch. Now, hold it. Hold it. Am I right?
Yes.
I am right. We talked about the color. Good job. Rocks can be different colors. Some examples are brown, black, white, red, green, or gray. There are so many colors. I couldn't list them all, right? All right, now, I want you guys, in just a second here, I'm going to show you a picture, okay? And you are going to get with your bubble partner, so you're going to turn and face them, and you're going to talk to them about this next illustration, okay? So, remember, when you talk to your bubble partner, You're gonna look. Everyone show me look. You're gonna think. What do you think with a big old brain? And you're gonna tell your partner about the illustration you see. Very good, okay? So, when I count to 3, you guys will turn and start talking about the illustration you see. Now, when I'm ready for you guys to look back at me, Areli, I'm gonna say class, class, and you're gonna say yes, yes. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Turn to your partner.
Kayla, you're with Jocelyn.
What do you see? Ooh, I like that word. What word did you just use? What other Keep looking and think, okay?
What do you think? How many?
What color are they? What is that? What do you think? What are the size talking about? Does that look real? Yeah. So real would be nonfiction.
What do you think?
It is. So when it's real, it is nonfiction.
They're all rocks and they're mini
Maria
rocks.
thinks you're medium.
What were you guys talking about? What were you talking about with our picture?
What do you think? You think they're medium? Medium size?
Are they brown? Are they brown? Gray, white. What else do you notice about them? They are gray. Who said that?
Class, class?
Yes, yes.
Oh, that was beautiful. Kiss your brain for me. Mwah. Those big, beautiful brains. You guys amaze me every single day. I love it. Okay, so turn and face here. I heard some awesome conversations you were having with your partners. And you know what? You guys were all saying different things to your partners too. I loved hearing that. So you guys made Miss Duran's brain grow a little bit bigger too. So good job. All right, so now I'm gonna call on some friends to tell me what they think this illustration is telling us about our story, okay? So, all right, I'm looking at my illustration and I'm gonna write down what I look, I'm writing down what I think, okay? So let's see, who have I not called on yet? Hennessy, come on up here, babe. So, what do you think this illustration's talking about? Rocks. What else do you notice? What do you notice about this one, and this one? There's a circle one. Does everyone see a circle rock up here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna write circle. Okay, go ahead and sit down, Hennessy. Thank you. All right. Who else sees something different than a circle? Let's see. Areli. What do you see? Come up and tell us, girl. It looks like a person. Do you know, I thought that same thing. This is a person. So we have a person here and you guys have a pet rock at your desk. Isn't that cool? Our rocks are coming to life. Is there anything else you notice over here? There is a bigger one. So what about the shape of that rock? It's like a rectangle, right? Yeah, good job, Riley. Go sit down. So we have a circle and a rectangle. Is there another shape that we see there? Raise your hand. Jakai, what do you see, baby? What's this?
Square.
Oh my goodness, we see a square. So Jakai saw a square. Okay, if I'm talking about a circle, a square, and a rectangle, what am I talking about? Raise your hand. Jocelyn, what am I talking about?
Shape.
Shapes, we're talking about the shapes. Good job. So, I looked at my illustration, I thought about it, and then we were able to tell about our illustration too. Addie, put the pencil away, please. All right, so my friends, before we get into our groups, I want to show you something. Okay, so you guys, I made something very special for you guys. I want you to look right over here. Okay, if you can't see it right now, that's okay, because you can come and see this when you're in your groups, all right? I'm talking about all different details, we call them attributes of a rock. So, I have my size, big, medium, small. See, I have an elephant, a man, and an ant. The elephant's big, the man is about medium, and the ant is small. If we look at our rocks, sometimes we see spots or we see stripes. I've got different colors over here. I also, pay attention to this. Our rocks have different textures, and textures means the way we feel. It's how they feel. So I've got bumpy. If you touch this, you can feel what bumpy feels like. It feels like a bunch of dots just raised up on something. And then I have rough. Some of our rocks are rough. I also have pointy. Some rocks are pointy. You could feel the point of a fork to help you remember. And some rocks are smooth. So if you touch this piece here, you'll feel what smooth feels like. And then we also have the shine. What do you think this is? Is that shiny? Yeah, it's very shiny. And then dull. So dull means it doesn't really have a lot of sparkle to it or shine. And then what did we just talk about over here?
Shape.
The shape. You've got round, square, triangle, and rectangle. Now, these are over here to help you guys when you do your work, okay? Now, you can come up here if you guys need some extra help, but you have to promise me something, okay? I want you to sanitize your hands when you try it, and if you're going to touch our chart, okay? Only if you're going to touch it. If you're just looking, that's okay. But remember to sanitize. We want to stay safe. Okay, so before we break off into groups, I want to show you what you'll be working on. You each are going to get a picture of a rock. You're going to put it in the middle of a paper. But you know what? They've been really good, haven't they? They've been pretty good. I'm going to let you guys look at an actual rock. You guys get to hold and play with, not play with, but hold and touch a rock out of Mr. N's rock collection. Would you like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so then what you're going to do is you're going to find words to describe your illustration. Our rock will be our illustration today. And you're going to write those words all around your rock, okay? So, I am going to pull up in just a minute here. I'm going to grab this. Okay, so we've got 4 different groups here. You're either coming with Miss Duran, Miss Bruton, you're going to work at your desk, or you'll go with Miss Marina. You can shut it off now.
Go to the next word.
Okay, guys. So, I wanted to show you guys. Scoot back a little bit.
Let's see.
Eyes up here. 1, 2, 3. Eyes on me. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I love that you're practicing writing your name.
Round. Okay, that's a good one.
So, what have we been talking about, friends?
Rock.
Rock.
Got it?
So, I want to show you guys a few pages out of my rock book, okay? And I want you to listen to what I'm doing.
Olivia was sounding out that word. And you know what? She was rough.
Wow.
And then Caroline said,
These rocks look
rectangle,
red.
because she heard her sounding it out.
And they look like
Way to go.
there's like
A rectangle
caves in there. They're
is
very
like this.
deep.
A
You see
square,
it?
all four sides are equal. But what
I
are
know.
I just saw them.
Ooh.
two big lines and two small lines?
I know. Aren't they beautiful pictures? These rocks are different colors. Montana's sitting in your spot. Thank you. This is crystal. They're pink. They look very they look so shiny.
I can see the eyes.
All right, I'm going to show you a few more. Are you ready? Show me you're ready. Addie, put it
Now
down.
we're gonna describe
Thank you.
color.
All right.
Let's try to sound that light. Okay.
What is this
Which one of
thing,
these two
Addie?
dots is light color?
Oh, you know, a mountain. Is it a mountain?
Lighter.
It's a mountain. Did you know that a mountain is just a big rock? I see, because I see some snow, I see some trees.
I can see another.
Maybe ask Jocelyn. If you have a question, ask Jocelyn, okay?
Well, this big book does. It's got white and it's got black.
Oh,
So
one
it's
more
white
picture, Addie. Look up here. I want to show you guys.
So let's go to the next one.
I have.
The H word.
Where did we see these? Wait, Montana, kiss your brain. We see these outside. What about this thing? What is this made out of, Fernanda? I'm asking Fernanda.
Okay. Let's go feel. 2 hands out.
What have we been talking about?
Okay. I'm gonna ask you when we're done. Feel.
Rocks. Did you know? Yeah, it's a building made out of rocks, right?
Fingers crossed.
Okay, my friends. So, Addie, no ma'am.
2 hands.
So, what I want you guys to do is
2
we.
hands.
Guess what Mr. Rand has for you?
Okay. Heavy.
Mr. Rand's gonna give you a rock, but your eyes gotta be up here. And I want you to listen, okay?
My help is
I wanna show you some things.
because it's so heavy.
So,
It's so much heavier. It has more
Before I show you those things, I'm gonna hand you a rock. But here's what you gotta do. Your rock has to stay on your paper. Where does your rock stay? Okay. If Miss Rand tells you you can play with your rock, you can touch your rock, then you can touch your rock. But until then, it has to stay on your paper, okay? So put your hands in your lap trap. And I'm gonna hand you guys a rock. I'm gonna put it on your paper. Leave it right there, okay?
It's not soft, but what does it feel? Smooth. It slides, doesn't it? Can my hand slide on this one?
You guys are doing so great. I love those hands and your lap
Now,
trap.
this one is like.
There you go. Okay.
Okay, my
So,
friend. So
now, I
this
want
is
us
what
to
we're
open
going
up our
to do.
baggies.
I'm going to let you take a rock.
And I want you guys to find the picture
Right here.
of the ant
Got it?
and the elephant.
You got it?
You can put them in front of you if it helps. Here, Montana.
Now, I know some of these are big
The
words.
ant, put them in front. The ant, I want you to put the ant and the
So if
elephant
I
on your
said-
paper.
When I say this was big.
You found it, put the ant up here and the elephant. You got the elephant and you got the ant.
And I write it in there, but maybe my rock is medium.
Let me see your
Maybe
paper.
my rock is small. Okay? So we're gonna help you with your words. Okay, you ready?
Oh, there he is. He was hiding. He was hiding under a rock. Okay, you got your ant, Fernanda?
About Emerson was this.
I have my aunt.
So, let's look at our good. All right, hands in your lap trap. There you go. Hands in your lap trap. Show me. Show me. Montana.
Ah, she has
Good.
secret
Okay,
one.
now my friends.
Look at hers.
Look at your rock.
She has
Just look at your
secret
rock.
one.
Do you
Ah,
think your
that's
rock
like a
is
gemstone.
big or small?
Sometimes even though
Small.
it might not
You think it's big?
be on the
You think it's big?
outside.
Okay, think about an elephant and an ant. Is an ant small?
Yeah.
Is an elephant big?
Yeah.
So if we look at our rock, our rock is closer to the size of an ant. So that's what we call small.
Look at the
So
size. Is
what
it
I want you to
big,
do
medium, or small?
is I want you to glue, Montana, I want you to glue
Circle medium.
your ant
And then
to the inside, right here, in the big circle. Go ahead and glue your ant in the big circle. The elephant,
big, medium, or small.
the elephant you can put off to the side. Just glue your ant piece into this circle, okay?
Right big on it.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So glue this right here.
Okay. What do you think? Is it
Glue your ant into the circle. Good.
I'm doing it right here.
Good.
medium or small?
We're able to tell that our illustration is, what is the ant? He's small. Good. Okay, leave your glue stick there. Now, I want us to look at our rock again. Look at your rock. Now look at me.
You think yours is
So,
big?
rocks can be put it down.
You think it's medium or you think it's
Rocks can be
small?
rough
Put small there,
or
right?
bumpy, and they can be smooth. Look at this. Look at my beautiful rock.
No, they're all pretty. You're gonna look at each
I
other.
saw something in it.
Alright, I'm gonna hold it and you guys can feel it, okay? And I want you to tell me if you think it's bumpy or smooth.
Now, hers is gonna be tricky.
It feels like it's ice. Oh, I like that word.
Dull or rough?
Bumpy.
What would she would say dull and what?
It is hard.
Shiny. Is it shiny in the middle? Yes.
Shiny. You guys, we're gonna talk about those words in just a second. But I like what Addie said. Our rock, this rock feels bumpy. It's a bumpy rock. Okay, now I have another rock. I want you to feel this. Does this feel bumpy or smooth? It feels smooth. Feel this one. What do you think?
Is it light, heavy, or soft?
What do you think? It is smooth. It's beautiful. It's smooth. So, we've got bumpy and smooth. Now look at your rock. You may pick up your rock and feel your rock.
Light or heavy?
It's hard.
It is hard. Does that feel bumpy or smooth? Smooth. Yeah. Miss Marina, can you answer Eli? Okay, one more sentence. You're doing really good. One more sentence. Okay, tell me one more thing about your rock.
I think mine is shiny.
Oh, but we're talking about it's. What is it, Addie? You told me it's bumpy. What do you think? Is it bumpy? It's bumpy. So I want you guys to find your pineapple. Find your pineapple. Put your rock down and find your pineapple.
Find my pineapple.
And then I want you to find the table. So you got your pineapple and your table.
I already found my table. I see it.
Pull them out.
Found my table.
Got them? Show me you found them. Your pineapple and your table.
I found my pineapple and my table.
A pineapple, what does a pineapple feel like? Is it bumpy or smooth? Bumpy. What does a table feel like? Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Addie, over here. Fernanda. Think about your clipboard. Feel your clipboard. Is that bumpy or smooth? Yes, it's smooth. Okay. So our rock we said was bumpy. So which picture is going to tell us about our illustration? Which picture is telling us about our rock? What do you think? The bumpy or the smooth?
Bumpy.
Bumpy. So glue your pineapple down, okay? Glue the pineapple. Y'all are doing a great job.
I'm doing it right here.
Okay, you do it right there. Glue your pineapple. Don't have. We got a lot to do today, don't we?
Sorry.
I did it. Is this good?
That's wonderful. Okay,
Now
put your hand on your head so I know you're ready. Put your hand on your head. Okay, now, you guys, there are more things about our rock that we need to talk about, okay? Look over here. Over here, guys. Now, look at this rock, my friends. Is this shiny?
Yes. Yes.
And this is dull. This is what we call dull. That means there's not a lot of sparkle to it. So, look at your rock. Is your rock shiny or is it dull?
Shiny.
I hear two different things.
No.
My friends, does your rock really have a sparkle to it?
Yes.
It has a little bit, but it looks more like this, right? It looks more like this, right? Okay, so I want you guys to find, oh, Addie's already got it out, your dull piece. Find your dull piece. Find your dull piece. And what do you think I want you to do with it? Glue it. You are doing so good. Okay, glue your dull piece.
Did I find it? I found it.
Nope, other one, baby. Here, let me see. Let me see your bag.
I think I saw it.
Dull.
Wait, how'd you find it?
So you can say, my rock is dull. Say, my rock is dull. All right, guys, I got one more thing, but I want to see if you can do it on your own. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, Montana. Let's sit down on your bottom. Hands in your lap trap. Fernanda, you are doing an excellent job. Very nice. Hands in your lap trap. Give me a thumbs up if you're ready. Very good. Now,
I get a thumbs up.
I want you guys to get out 2 more pieces for me, okay? Get out your red. Get out the red piece. And the gray piece. Those are what? Red and gray are what? What are they? Here, Montana. I grab yours. You have red and gray. You got red and gray, red and gray. Okay, now I gave you the same colors. Okay, now look at your rock, and I want you guys to don't shout it out. Is your rock red or gray? Don't tell me. Just put it on. Okay, don't tell me. So if it's gray, you need to. If you think your rock is gray, you glue the gray sticker on. If you think it's red, you glue the red sticker on. When you're done, go ahead and put your cap on your glue for me. You're being great. When you're done, put the color on.
I'm being good too. Thank you.
Okay, put your glue stick to the side and I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, put it on. Alright. Crisscross applesauce, Addie. Thank you, Fernanda. Thank you, Chakai. Good job. Alright, we're going to talk about it. So,
Maria.
our rocks were our illustrations. What's an illustration?
Yeah.
What is, it is, we're using a rock. Remember, look up here. Look up here. An illustration is a picture of something. We're pretending this is our picture here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, we are going to tell about our illustration. But first, we got to do 3 things, Fernanda. Help me out here. We have to look. We have to stay. And then we, good. Then we tell. So, we looked at our rock. We thought about our rock. And then we told. Yes, so let's tell. All right, repeat after me, okay? My rock is gray. Say it. My rock is bumpy. My rock is dull. My rock is small. Did we just tell Mr. Rand about our rock?
Yes.
Yes, we told Mr. Rand about our illustration. Very good. You guys did a great job. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Okay, so I'm going to let you guys, after we clean up, go back to your seat, and I want you to draw me a picture on the back, okay? You can draw other kinds of rocks if you want, all right? I'm going to take, but I got to take your rock back. Ooh, I can't wait to read it. Go put it in finished work, baby.
Switch around. Just keep looking
All
at
right, leave your clipboards here and take your paper to your desk, okay? Only take your paper.
Okay, when you get done.
Only take your paper.
You see that one? Okay.
Guys, y'all did such a good job today. Even though I was working with my group, I could hear you guys, and I could hear you tell each other or tell your teacher or write about your illustration, which was what? What did I give you? A rock. About your rock. That was our illustration. So, when you guys were in your groups, you were able to look carefully at your rock. Show me look. Good. You thought about it. Show me your thinking. Very nice thinking face. And you able to tell about your rock. So, I want to take these big, beautiful brains of yours, and I want to stretch them a little bit more, okay? So, now, I want you guys to look at my picture up here. Ooh, I think I saw some of these at your tables and in your groups. One of these looks really shiny. One of these looks really soft. One of these looks really bumpy. Almost looks like it has some holes in it. And one of yours had some holes in it too. Eli's had some holes in it.
And I also mine.
Yeah, so if I'm talking about it being soft or bumpy or rough, in my group we had some rough rocks. It felt like sandpaper. What do you think I'm talking about? Raise your hand. What are those called? What you thinking? Kayla, what are you thinking, my dear?
Color rocks.
Color rocks? We did talk about colors. There are different colors up here. Let's see, who else is thinking? Jocelyn, what are you thinking, babe?
Rocks.
Rock. Okay, guys, you know what? You worked so hard. I know your brains are tired. So I was talking about the texture. Remember, look over at my texture chart here from all my attributes. Sorry. I had bumpy, rough, pointy. What did I use to show pointy? What is that?
Fork.
It's a fork. And smooth. I also am talking about the pattern. Some rocks have spots and stripes on them. All different kinds of rocks. Okay, so why do you think you need to know how to describe or to tell someone about your illustration? You're probably like, Mr. M, why are we learning this, right? I'll tell you why you're learning this. Think about if your neighbor had a doggy and the doggy got out of its fence. It wanted to go for a walk on its own. And your neighbor's like, where's my doggy? I can't find my doggy. So, that neighbor, they can try to describe their dog, right? They can tell, well, he had white fur, he's about this big, and he has spots all over him, just like our rocks have spots. But there's something else that she could do to help people understand what her dog looks like. And what do you think that is? Tell. She is telling them. She could take a picture. She could have an illustration of her dog, right? Because if I showed you an illustration of the dog, would you know what to look for then? Yeah. So that is why it's important for us to be able to describe our books and pictures. We have to describe what we see in illustrations because they help support our story. So I want you guys to show what you know today, okay? Because you guys know a lot. And Miss Duran wants you to tell me what you know, okay? So I'm going to pass out a ticket. It's an exit ticket. And you're just going to draw me a quick picture to tell me what you learned today. So think about what you saw in your rocks, and draw really quick for me over here. Then, on this side, I want you to also tell me if you learned today. Do you feel like you understood what was going on? If you have a smiley face, you say, I understand. This face is, he looks like he still has some questions, right? So, he understands a little bit. And then this face, what do you think he's saying? He doesn't understand. He says, I don't know. I need a little more practice. So, you're going to circle one of these, okay? Now, when you're done, you can go ahead and put it in finished work for me, okay? And then you can have a minute of free time, but then we gotta start working, okay? All right, you can turn it off.